Hey there designers! Renee here with a rockin' hot rod poster tutorial. We'll be using a lot of Illustrator basics, so this is a great tutorial for Illustrator beginners. After we finish our Illustrator layout, we'll pop into Photoshop for final texturing. Follow along by downloading the freebies at designcuts.com. The freebie pack includes loads of illustrations, logo elements, patterns, and textures. This might be our biggest freebie pack yet. Open Illustrator and go to File, New. Enter a width of 18 inches, a height of 24 inches. Under Advanced, select a color mode of RGB, then press OK. Select your rectangle tool and draw a rectangle covering the entire background. Open your color palette and enter RGB values of 239, 65, 54. Make sure to choose None for the stroke color. Now open your Swatches palette and click the new swatch icon to add the new color. Name it Rat Rod Red. Now we'll open the Wings Art Tiger file. Use your selection tool to select the tiger pattern and press Command-C to copy it. Back in the layout file, press Command-V to paste. Drag it to the top left corner of the poster. Press Option-Shift while clicking and dragging to the right to create a copy, then press Command-D to duplicate the last action. Select the three sections by holding Shift as you click on each, then hold Option-Shift while clicking and dragging down. Again, press Command-D to duplicate the last action. Press Command-A to select all. Since this also selects the background, hold Shift and click once on the edge of the red background area to deselect it. Press Command-G to group them together. Then change the RGB values to 251, 176, 64. In your Swatches palette, click the new swatch icon and name it Rat Rod Yellow. Now select the red background rectangle. Press Command-C to copy. Then press Command-F to paste in front. Hold Shift and click on the tiger pattern to add it to the selection, then press Command-7 to create a clipping mask. Now select your rectangular marquee tool and click once on the artboard. Enter a width of 16 inches and height of 22 inches, then press OK. In your Swatches palette, change the fill color to white and the stroke color to black. Open your Align palette and under Align to, make sure you're set to Align to Artboard. Then click the icons for Horizontal Align Center and Vertical Align Center. Open your Stroke palette and increase the weight to 12th point. Now go to Effect, Distort, Pucker, and Bloat and enter -2% in the dialog box. Now we'll open the freebie file from the Pen and Brush. Copy the corner by selecting it and pressing Command-C. Paste into the layout file pressing Command-V. Open your Swatches palette and change the fill color of the corner to black. I just noticed we have a few different blacks going on, so I'm going to add a swatch called Hot Rod Black to keep things consistent. Alright, now position the piece in the top left corner of the white box. Let's reduce the size a bit. Go to Object, Transform, Scale. Enter a uniform scale of 80% and press OK. Position so the edges of the corner shape overlap the black stroke but don't go outside of it. Now some of the black stroke is showing through the holes. Use the Group Selection tool to click on the edge of one of the holes, then hold Shift and select the other two. With all three selected, press Command-C to copy, then Command-F to paste in front. Change the fill color to white, then press Command-G to group them together. Use your regular selection tool and hold Shift to also select the corner shape. Press Command G again to group. With the corner group selected, go to Object, Transform, Reflect. Select Vertical and click Copy instead of OK. Position the duplicate at the top right corner of the white box. Now use your selection tool and hold Shift to select both top corner groups. Go to Object, Transform, Reflect. Select Horizontal and click Copy. Position the reflected copies at the bottom corners of the white box. Now open your Layers palette. Double-click on the name of Layer 1 and change the name to Background. Click the empty square to lock the layer. Create a new layer and change the name to Main Content. In the Freebie Wings Art folder, select the Hot Rod car, open it, press Command C to copy, and then Command V to paste into your main layout file. Go to Object, Transform Scale, and enter a uniform scale of 77%, then click OK. To give the car an exaggerated effect, we'll add a warp. Go to Effect, Warp Arc, enter a horizontal bend of 10%, and then press OK. Now go to Object, Transform, Rotate. In the dialog box, enter an angle of 8 degrees and press OK. Let's add some shadowing under the car. Go to the Wings Art Shapes Points file and copy the fat squiggly line by selecting it and pressing Command C. Paste into the layout file using Command V. Hover over the corner handle until you see the double-sided rotation arrow. Hold Shift and drag to the right and down to rotate 90 degrees. At the top of the artboard, change the width to 7.9 inches and the height to 0.83 inches. Then position the squiggle on the left side of the car. Once in position, press Command left bracket to send it below the car. Next up, open the Gear Right Freebies file and copy the American flag. Paste it into the layout file. We're going to put it on the back of our hot rod. Go to Object, Transform, Reflect. Select Vertical and press OK. Position the flag at the back left of the car. Now go to Object, Transform, Rotate. Enter 25 degrees and press OK. And you'll probably need to do a little bit of repositioning at this point. We also want to make sure that we're using our hot rod black for all of the items that we're adding in. Open the Tom Chalky freebie file. Copy the skull and paste it into the layout file. We're going to have this guy inside our car, so we'll need to reduce his size and change his angle. Go to Object, Transform Scale, and enter a uniform scale of 65%. Then go to Object, Transform Rotate, and enter a rotation of 12 degrees. Position the skull so he's sitting inside the car window. Click on a blank area of the artboard to deselect when you're done. He's pretty hard to see, so we're going to give him some color. Select the Blob Brush tool. In your swatches palette, select Rat Rod Yellow for your fill color. Use the left and right brackets to increase or decrease your brush size as you work. Click and drag around the inside of the skull area. We're going for a loose style and we can do cleanup when we're done. Press Command left bracket to send the yellow blob behind the skull outline. Now's our chance to do our cleanup. Keep the yellow blob selected and choose your eraser tool. Drag over any areas that you want to delete. He looks just a little too clean and precise compared to the rest of our poster. So open your swatches palette and add a black stroke. Open your stroke palette and change the width to 0.5 and the profile to width profile 2. Now we'll use the same coloring technique to add a little color to the car body. Select your blob brush again. Change your fill color to rat rod yellow with no stroke color, and start dragging around the inside of the car body. As you can see, I've kept it pretty loose and imprecise. When you're done, press Command left bracket several times until the yellow blob is behind the car. Then you can do any cleanup again with the eraser tool. Now we'll repeat again for the hood ornament, only this time we'll use a much smaller brush. The last bit of coloring on the car will be a light gray. Open your color palette and enter RGB values of 210, 210, 210. Use your blob brush to color inside the engine and the hubcaps. Hold Shift and select all three sections. Press Command G to group them. Then open your transparency palette and change the blend mode from normal to multiply. Now I'm going to group everything and do a little repositioning. Select your type tool and click once on the artboard. Type Rat Rod. Change the font to Bombing at 300 point. Go to Effect, Warp, Arc, and enter a horizontal bend of 22%. Position the words along the top right area of the car and manually rotate using the corner handles. We want to roughly match the shape of the car. Now we'll add some color to the letters. Press Command C to copy, click on an empty spot on the artboard to deselect, then press Command F to paste in front. Go to Object, Expand Appearance to outline the copy. Zoom in and use your Group Selection tool while holding Shift to select the inner paths of the letters. Press Command C to copy. Switch to your regular selection tool, select the text, and delete it. Press Command F to paste in front. Open your swatches palette and change the fill color to Rat Rod Red. Finally, press Command left bracket to send the red fill behind the black text. Now select your type tool and click to the left of Rat Rod. Type Papa Floyd's. Change the font to Hello Lucky Ink at 77 point. Hold Option while clicking and dragging down to duplicate that line. Select the duplicate line with your type tool and change the copy to 8th annual. Select just the TH after 8. In your character palette, access the flyout menu and choose Superscript. Now use the corner handles to manually rotate each line of text until it mimics the shape of the car, about 20 degrees rotation. Select Papa Floyd's and go to Effect, Warp, Arc. Enter a horizontal bend of 10% and press OK. Repeat for 8th Annual. Select it and we can use the shortcut at the top of the Effects menu to apply the last effect. The rest of the event name will go below the car on a path. Select your pen tool. Click once on the artboard below the left side of the car door, and then click again just a little higher and to the right of the front of the car. We'll add one last point, but this time we'll add a curve. Click in the middle, hold Option, then click and drag to the right and down to create a curve. In the toolbar, click and hold down on the Type tool until you see the flyout menu. Select the Type on a Path tool and click once on the new path. Type Rumble in the USA. In your character palette, turn off Superscript. Then change the font to True Crimes at about 90 point. Change the fill color to Rat Rod Red. Use your Direct Selection tool to select the brackets at the beginning or ending of the text and move them if you need to. Select Rumble In and change the font size to 85 point. Select just Rumble and change the font to 80 point, and then we'll select just the RU at the beginning and change the font size to 75 point. I don't like the larger R at the beginning, so I'm going to change that to lowercase. Select the entire line of text and change the tracking, the space between letters, to -20. Now we can do a little repositioning with the Direct Selection tool to get the path right. I'll also change the kerning to optical for more visually consistent spacing between the letters. One of the best things about this week's bundle is the vast quantity of logo makers. We're going to use a few pieces to create 3 sponsor logos for our Hot Rod event. Open the Gear Right freebie file. Copy the eagle, then paste it into the layout file. And change the color to Rat Rod Black. Use your Group Selection tool to select the outermost path on the eagle. Press Command-C to copy, then Command-F to paste in front. Change the color to Rat Rod Red, then press Command-Left bracket to send the red fill behind the eagle illustration. Select your Type tool, and click once below the eagle. Type Eagle Motors. I'm using Globa at 65 point in all caps. Use your selection tool and drag across the eagle and fill color. Press Command-G to group. Now add Eagle Motors in horizontal align center. Press Command-G again to group all together. Go to Object, Transform, Scale, and enter a uniform scale of 50%, then press OK. Position the Eagle Motors logo in the bottom left of the white box. Next, we'll create a logo for King Oil. Open the Zeppelin Graphics freebie file. Copy both the triangle and the starburst. Then paste into the layout file. We'll start by changing the color of both to our Rat Rod Black. Select the triangle and go to Object, Transform, Scale, and uniformly increase the size 500%. Select the starburst and center it inside the triangle. Go to Object, Transform, Scale. This time we'll scale non-uniformly to better complement our triangular shape. Enter a horizontal scale of 450 and a vertical scale of 350, then press OK. Use your Group Selection tool to select the innermost path of the triangle. Press Command-C to copy, then Command-F to paste in front, and change the fill color to Rat Rod Red. Then press Command-Left bracket to send the red fill behind the starburst. Press Command-F again to paste another copy in front. Go to Object, Transform, Scale, and uniformly scale down to 75%. Grab your type tool and click once inside the triangle. Type King in all caps, oil, lowercase. Turn off all caps in the character palette. Change the fill color to white. Then I'm going to use the font MB Empire Bold at 20 point with tracking of -50. This would also be a great place to use Futura or a similar font. Center the copy inside the black triangle. Go back to the Zeppelin Graphics freebie file and copy the crown. Paste it into the layout file and change the fill color to white. Go to Object, Transform Scale, and uniformly scale down 40%. Position over the O in oil, then use the corner handles to manually rotate the crown to the left and set it at an angle. Use your selection tool to drag across the entire King Oil logo, then press Command G to group. Position on the right bottom side of the white box, even with the Eagle Motors logo. Our last sponsor logo will be for Papa Floyd's. Open the Vintage Type Company freebie file. Copy the circular frame, wing, and crossbones, then paste them into the layout file. Select the circular frame. Go to Object, Transform Scale, and uniformly scale to 65%. Now select the crossbones. Drag them into the middle of the circle. Use the corner handles while holding Shift to manually scale them down to fit inside the circle. Now select the wing. Go to Object, Transform Scale, and enter a uniform scale of 50%. Position it on the left side of the circle with no gap showing between the circle and the wing, and center it vertically. With the wing selected, go to Object, Transform, Reflect. Select Vertical and hit Copy. Drag the reflected copy to the right side of the circle. Now use your Group Selection tool to select the first circular path inside the circular frame. Press Command C to copy, then Command F to paste in front. Change the color to Rat Rod Red, then press Command Left bracket until the red circle falls behind the rest of the logo. Now open the Milka freebie file. Copy the Scully apple, then paste it into the layout file. Center it inside the circular frame. Then go to Object, Transform Scale, and enter a uniform scale of 80%. In order to see our little skull guy, we'll need to give him a white background. Use your Group Selection tool to select the outermost path of the skull. Press Command C to copy, then Command F to paste in front. Change the fill color to white, then press Command Left bracket to send the white fill behind the apple. Grab your Type tool and click once under the left wing. Type EST. I'm using Bloomsbury Sands at 10 point. Center this copy under the left wing. Hold Option Shift and drag to the right to copy. Center the copy under the right wing. Use your Type tool to select the text and change it to 1949. Now use your Selection tool to select the red fill circle and copy it. Press Command F to paste in front. Hold Option Shift and use the corner handles to manually increase the size until it's just a little larger than the circular frame. Select your Type on a Path tool and click at the bottom of the circle. Type Papa Floyd's. Your font should still be the same as it was for EST in 1949, just increase the size to 14 point. Drag your Selection tool across all of the Papa Floyd's logo elements, and press Command G to group. Position at the bottom center of the white box, even with the other two sponsor logos. Now let's add a little divider above the sponsor logos to separate them from the rest of the poster. Open the Asmari Digital's freebie file and copy the flag divider, then paste it into the layout file. Position it above the Eagle Motors logo and change the fill color to black. Hold Option, then click and drag a copy of the flags to the right. Line up the string that holds the flags so they look connected. Press Command D to continue copying until you pass the right side of the King Oil logo. It should be a total of 5 sections. Select all 5 sections, then press Command G to group. Open your Align palette and choose Horizontal Align Center. Lastly, for this section, we'll change the white flags to red. Use your Group Selection tool to select the inside path on each of the white flags. Copy by hitting Command C, then paste in front with Command F. Press Command G to create a group, then change the fill color to Rat Rod Red. Select your Type tool and click just above the flag divider. Type register at designcuts.com by April 5. Then we're going to add a bullet point. On a Mac, type Option 8 for a bullet. On a PC, access your Glyphs palette for a bullet. Then type a space and $20 entry fee. Center on the artboard, then change the font to True North Textures 2 Regular at 36 point. In your paragraph palette, select Align Center. Manually adjust the size until it's about the same width as the divider. With your Type tool, click again on the artboard. Type April 25th, 2016, bullet point, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Press Enter to create a line break and type at Melvin Lakebed. Set the first line in True North Textures 2 Regular at 50 point. Set the second line in the same font, but reduce the size to 42 point. Center on the artboard and change the fill color to Rat Rod Red. Then we'll drag it down a little until it's just above our registration line. Select your pen tool. You're going to create another path with a curved center point. Click once on the left of the white box in the big empty area, then click again on the right side just a little lower than the first point. Add a point to the middle of the path. Drag up and to the right to create a curve. Give the path a stroke color of black. In your Strokes palette, change the weight to 100 point. Use your Selection tool to select the path we just created. Press Command C to copy, then Command F to paste in place. Select your Type on a Path tool. Click on the duplicated path and type Live Music, Barbecue, Giveaways. I've added double spaces between the items to leave room for an ornament in place of a bullet point. Change the fill color to Rat Rod Yellow. In the Character palette, change the font to True North Textures Bold at 58 point. Don't forget that you can adjust the width of your type area on the path by using your Direct Selection tool and dragging out the brackets on either side of the text. Now we'll fill in our white areas with flourishes and ornaments. First, let's copy the big black banner. If you're having trouble selecting it instead of the yellow copy on top, select the yellow copy and press Command 2 to lock it. Then you can freely access the black banner. Once selected, press Command C to copy, then Command F to paste in front. Change the stroke color to Rat Rod Red. Open your stroke palette, change the weight to 12 point and the profile to width profile 1. Hold Shift and use your Selection tool to drag the red flourish below the original black banner. Select the red flourish we just made and hold Shift Option while dragging down to duplicate it. Change the stroke color to Rat Rod Yellow. In your stroke palette, change the weight to 8 point. Select your Direct Selection tool and select the far left point of the yellow flourish, then press Delete. Hold Option-Shift and drag out another copy of the red flourish. Position this one above the black banner. Change the stroke color to rat rod yellow and the stroke weight to 10 point. Grab your direct selection tool and this time select the far right point, then press delete. Duplicate the yellow flourish we just made and position the copy just above it. Change the stroke color to rat rod red and the stroke weight to 6 point. Now select your pen tool. Add 2 points to the line, one on each side of the center. Switch to your direct selection tool and select the far left point and press delete. Then select the far right point and press delete. The rest of our flourishes will come from the freebie files. Open the Wings Art freebie folder and copy the short curved stroke. Then paste it into the layout file. Change the color to rat rod red. We're going to use this stroke to underline USA. Manually rotate the stroke using the corner handles until it's the same angle as USA, about -75 degrees. Reduce the size until it's the same width as USA. Go back to the Wings Art freebie folder and copy the 4 fast strokes. We'll use these to give our hot rod a feeling of more movement while filling in a little space between it and the event name. This is going to be a lot easier if we put these on a separate layer. Select all of the flourishes we just made and paste it in. Then create a new layer and name it Flourishes. Drag the little red dot next to Main Content up to the new layer to move our items. Then lock the Main Content layer. Position 2 of the strokes above the car engine and windshield area and the other 2 strokes below the car engine. Manually scale and rotate as needed by using the corner handles. Back in the Wings Art folder, copy the little stroke. Paste into the layout file and change the color to rat rod yellow. Rotate very slightly to make it a little more horizontal, and then position it to the left of @Melvin Lake Bed. Go to Object, Transform, Reflect. Choose Vertical, then press Copy. Drag the copy to the right side of @Melvin Lake Bed. Next up, open the Every Tuesday freebie file. Copy the round swirly ornament, then paste it into the layout file. Go to Object, Transform, Scale, and uniformly scale up 300%. Change the fill color to rat rod yellow. Hold Shift and use the corner handle to rotate to the right until the ornament is vertical, about -135 degrees. Position in the bottom right corner of the white box. Go to Object, Transform, Reflect, and choose Vertical, then press Copy. Drag the duplicate to the bottom left corner. Go back to the Every Tuesday file and copy the larger ornament. Paste it into the layout file. Change the fill color to rat rod yellow. Increase the scale uniformly to 350%. Position above the top right of the black banner, then add a slight rotation of about -10 degrees. Press Command-C to copy the ornament, then press Command-V to paste. Drag the copy to the lower left side of the black banner. Hold Shift and use the corner handles to rotate 180 degrees. Scale down about 80%. Now copy the asterisk from the Every Tuesday file. Paste it into the layout and change the fill color to rat rod red. Increase the scale about 150%. Position on the black banner between live music and barbecue. Then hold Option and click the asterisk and drag out a copy. Place the copy between barbecue and giveaways. Our remaining flourishes will come from the Vintage Type Company file and the Zeppelin Graphics file. Open the Vintage Type Company freebie folder. Copy all unused flourishes and paste them onto the layout file. Change the fill color of all 4 flourishes to rat rod yellow. At this point, position and sizing is really just a matter of feel. We're going for a balanced look without being too symmetrical. Copy, rotate, and reflect to fill in some of the white area. Now open the Zeppelin Graphics freebie file and copy the 3 flourishes. Paste them into the layout file. With all 3 selected, change the stroke color to rat rod yellow. In your stroke palette, change the stroke weight to 3-point and the profile to width profile 1 so they match our other flourishes. Again, this is about balance without falling into anything too symmetrical. We'll just fill in a couple of remaining areas. Lastly, for our flourishes and ornaments, I'm going to copy one of our red asterisks by selecting it and pressing Command C. Paste by pressing Command V, then change the fill color to rat rod yellow. Sprinkle a few of the yellow asterisks of varying sizes around the car and event name. Now save your Illustrator file and close it. We're going to do the rest in Photoshop. Open Photoshop and go to File, Open. Navigate to the Illustrator file we just made. In the dialog box, choose Crop to Trim and make sure your resolution is set to 300 ppi. Go to File, Place Linked, and navigate to Ghostly Pixels Gradient Halftone 1. Then press Place. Hold Shift and use the corner handles to rotate 90 degrees. Then use the corner handles while holding Shift to increase the size to fill the artboard. At the top of your Layers palette, change the blend mode to Overlay and the opacity to 50%. I'll zoom in for a better look at the effect. Go to File, Place Linked, and select Cement 9. Hold Shift and use the corner handle to rotate 90 degrees, then use the corner handles again while holding Shift to increase the size to fill the artboard. Click the Effects icon at the bottom of the Layers palette and choose Color Overlay. In the pop-up dialog box, click on the color swatch and change it to white, then change the blend mode to normal. In the menu on the left side, click on Blending Options. Under Advanced Blending, turn on Blend Interior Effects as Group, then press OK. At the top of the Layers palette, change the opacity to 60%. Now we'll load brushes from Vintage Type Company. Select your brush tool, click the arrow to the right of the brush icon, then click the gear icon at the top right to access the flyout menu, and choose Load Brushes. Navigate to the Vintage Type Company Brushes file and hit Load. Choose the recycled paper brush. In your Layers palette, click the Create a New Layer icon. Double-click the layer name and change the name to Recycled Paper. Press D to set your foreground color to black. Now click once on the top left of the artboard, then click again on the right side. Continue clicking without dragging until the artboard is filled, but try not to overlap too much. In the Layers palette, change the layer opacity to 40%. Now click the Create a New Layer icon and rename it Worn Paper. Click on your foreground color swatch at the bottom of the toolbar. In the Color Picker pop-up, change your RGB values to 240, 230, 218. Now select the Worn Paper brush. Repeat the same process we used with the other brush. Click on the artboard until it's covered with the texture. In the Layers palette, change the blend mode to Multiply. Our very last effect will be to add some darkened edges. In the Layers palette, create a new layer and name it Dark Edges. Go ahead and set the blend mode to Multiply. Click on your foreground color swatch and change the RGB values to 76, 57, 40. Select your brush tool. In the brush preset, choose the soft round brush, usually the first one, and set the size to about 3000, using your bracket keys to increase or decrease size. Drag the brush along the edges and corners. Now switch to your eraser tool. Use the soft round brush again, but reduce the opacity to about 25%. Drag the eraser over important areas that we don't want too dark, like sponsor logos and the event title. In the Layers palette, change the opacity to 35%. And that's it! We have a killer rockabilly rat rod poster with tons of details. I can almost smell the burning rubber. Whether it's your outcome for this tutorial or something new, head over to our Facebook page and share it with us. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and give us a thumbs up if you liked the tutorial. We love your feedback. Subscribe to our new YouTube channel at youtube.com/designcuts to get more video tutorials and regular updates, or visit us at designcuts.com. Thanks for watching. Till next time.